Manly yay! Hey there. So, in the ongoing saga of Adam not feeling always his best, so as a tribute, I think, to Gears of War 3 and how much I have enjoyed this game, I played it in a, probably on a level that I played Uncharted 2, which was in this, I need to smorgasbord this thing. Just, every time I put it down, would go get some food. I found myself not eating food except to just kind of get through the motion to get a little bit more energy to go back in and play. I did that thing. I've told you guys before. You get older in life, you can't stay in that damn position for too long. Bad things happen. And so old Granddad Sessler here made his back hurt. So if I look really stiff and uncomfortable, that's why. But thank you, Gears of War 3, for doing that to me. It's a really good game. I didn't really know what to expect. Going back through where the strong points and the weaker points of Gears 1 and 2, I felt that the sense of place in Gears 1 was excellent. The story was good, but you could see that not everything could have been attended to as I think anybody would have hoped, and it was a little bit confusing once you got to the end. Gears 2, huge upgrade, I think, to how the game controlled. I'm talking about the single player, not the issues people have with the multiplayer. But it was kind of like, whoa, what's going on? I'm confused. There's things with tentacles, and I'm inside a worm, and it felt very much like the issues that can happen in second games in a trilogy, which is there is some story that needs to be told, but there's so many eyes on what's going to happen in that third one that you start to feel that sense that things are being stretched out. What's just quite amazing to see in Gears of War 3 is all of those issues from the first two have been resolved, and all the things that were good about them have only been amplified. And I think the one thing that has not hit perfectly was that sense of narrative. It was great in the moment, but sometimes you didn't really see how you fit into the bigger picture. Really, kudos to Karen Travis, who's already obviously shown herself in the novelizations of the game. But here in this one, it has a very, very clear three-act structure. And obviously, it's not like a movie where that three-act structure is always made to fit into something 2.5 hours long. Here, I would say the game, I played it initially on the normal, which is quite an easy setting, even with nominal deaths, still about 11, 12 hours. Really nice story arc. And where those efforts come in to kind of keep the story going by exposing sort of new elements of the world, it didn't feel like filler. It actually, the third game, I think, gave one of the best explications of how devastated this world has become with kind of the digressions when you go into these strange places where human survivors have really tried to hold up shop.
Well, we ain't got any spare food. And if we did, we wouldn't be trading it with you, cog.
Or areas in which, the locusts have become a lot more sort of, hard scrabble as well. They don't seem to have the same, controlled society. It really felt like this wonderful evocation of what the world had become in Gears of War, and it really sort of plays into the sense of emotion, which is also, I think, much stronger in this game than in the previous two Gears of War games, which I think relied a little too much on the machismo of the characters. And here, it really made the assumption that you've played the first two, and you've really gotten to know these characters, and this melancholy kind of carried over it, I think, since the very get-go, where, maybe it's funny. I know people like Carlos Ferros. I've met Lester before over the years that this game has been out there. And so these voices are ones I don't just know from the game, but from what I know in real life. And this kind of like, oh, God, you're trying to hold on to the moment.
Baby, you got to trust the cold train to find the goods.
I just really felt it came together. And then that fed back into the combat sequences, which, wow, I mean, they come fast, but they come with a sense of variety. And what has been, I think, accomplished in this game series, that to break out from those narrow battle spaces into something that's a lot broader and vaster really does give a sense of heightened drama that, once again, is feeding out of what was coming into the narrative. I honestly think that I put Gears of War 3 up there with something like Uncharted 2 for that, Wagnerian way that you get all the various elements working together in such concert with one another that it just has this amazing piece of resonance. And it's great to see this come at the end. There's always that point like, God, it couldn't have been like this the first two times, but that is the nature of working in a media that is so based on technology that you're only going to see these improvements come because the technology itself is being better exploited and obviously being improved upon. I would just like to tip my hat to obviously Rod Ferguson, Cliff Bleszinski, and all those people at Epic Games. It's a absolutely wonderful way to get a game that strong in September and really just sort of sets the stage for what is really shaping up to be quite a phenomenal end of the year.